quick NBA awards. Let's get into them. I'm gonna try and make this a little bit quicker, but start with the MVP. I'm going to lean Shea. I think Jokic is the best player on the planet with a gap. But the reason I'm gonna just lean Shea is because I respect him. I respect his game. I respect what he's doing. He's had one of the greatest offensive seasons ever. He's an unbelievable scoring. People say when we look back in 20 years or whatever that it'll be like hard to like Jokic didn't win it, but we know Jokic is great, and we just have to give Shea his props for what he's doing and what he's done with this team. Like it's gonna like that's not gonna necessarily be, but I'll remember. I'll be like, oh no, I remember what Shea did that season. He had one of the best seasons ever offensively that year as a plus defender. Better two-way player than Jokic that year. Led a young, like, they're all, if it weren't for Shea, like, it wasn't that too long ago. The Thunder were basically a tanking team. And Chris Paul comes in there after Westbrook leaves, and he's so good that he's got them fighting for a playoff spot. But other than that, they're really a tanking team besides Chris Paul coming in and being a leader with the young guys. And they had young talent, but it's hard to just be a winning franchise when you're so young. And still, most of these guys are young and babies and haven't had that much experience in the playoffs and stuff. But they've had a couple years. They had their playoff little run, not a run, but playoff experience last year. So just another year of experience, another season where they were deadly, number one team. Shea's better than ever. J-Dub's better. Chet, just stay healthy and be there. Sky's the limit. Kason Wallace, Lou Dort locking shit up. A historic defense. Caruso locking stuff up. Aaron Wiggins any moment can look like a guy. I just like Shea. They almost reached 70 wins. He's been a plus defensively. Having one of the best seasons ever offensively. Efficient, deadly, a master. He's kind of like, he's not underrated, but he's just like, he gets like overlooked because Jokic is having such a good season. Like, so I think Jokic is the best player on the planet in a slight gap. And I wouldn't be mad if you picked him as your MVP. I'm going to just go Shea MVP, and Jokic will be my co-MVP. I'll make the award for him. If I was doing it, I would give Shea the MVP, and I'm just going to give Jokic the co-MVP and mention him and honor his greatness. But regardless, Jokic has won plenty of MVPs. He probably should have won it the year Embiid won it. You know, he still has a chance to win it this year. He could win a title this year. He's going to go as an all-time great. He's still got plenty of time to go. I want to see him with some better, more dangerous teams. I want to see him in another finals. I want to see him win another ring. He's so good. He's going to be in the MVP race plenty of years. Maybe even every year. Every other year, plenty of years, he'll be in the MVP discussion again. Trust me. So if you want to pick him for your MVP, that's fine. I'm going to go Shea because I'm going to respect and give him props for leading this young and unexperienced team with a bunch of young guys to a dominant number one seed in the West and being the leader on offense for an all-time team and being a part of an all-time defense, swarming, nasty, hell of a bitch defense to play. And they're gonna give team problems. And they're so good, and he's so good that you got this West with the Clips with Kawhi, Harden, Pau, Zoo, and you got a Lakers team with Luka and LeBron, and a pretty good, solid supporting cast, but no significant big. And you got a Warriors with Steph Curry playing out of his mind, and Jimmy Butler coming into form, playoff Jimmy, and Dre and Kerr and Pods and Post playing good, and all these guys, and Moody balling. And you got you got a Nuggets. You got all these teams in the West. And I'm still putting OKC second or first in my title contenders just because he's that good. And he's the leader. He's the reason. He's done that job of, I agree with Nursesh, of doing the ceiling raising. To whereas Jokic took a team that wouldn't be that good or would be bad and made them good. Shea's taking a team who would be solid and making them all-time great. Number one seed in the West, and just being a part of that all-time defense and being the offensive leader of this dominant team. So he's took them to being from being a solid team that would be solid without him. Like you take Jokic off the Nuggets, they would be a butt or whatever. And if you take the Shea off the Thunder, they maybe wouldn't be as bad. But he's taking them from solid to legit contender, all-time team. Yeah, they have an all-time defense, but he's a part of that. And he's the main orchestrator on offense. So I lean Shea for my MVP. Co-MVP Jokic. You want to give it to Jokic, don't have a problem with that. Jokic is the best player on the planet, and it's with a gap. So, but I'm going to give Shea his props. I love him. He's my second best. He's my second best player in the world, and he's the leader on offense and a part of an all-time defense for that team, who is the number one seed. So because of the winning, if the Nuggets were like maybe closer, second, third, then and I still, if you want to give it to him, I don't mind, but I'm just gonna lean Shea. Jokic co-MVP, defensive player of the year. I'm gonna go Draymond Green. Honorable mention: Lou Dort, Dyson Daniels, Evan Mobley, Jaren Jackson. Draymond's just been rounding into form, and with the help of Jimmy, he's just giving him a boost, and it's helping him out. And he's just so we've never seen it before for like an undersized guy to be that good of a enforcer and strength and power and just enforcer and a bully, switchable, can give almost any player problems, can give bigs problems by just banging with them and being strong and physical and tough and smart. He knows where to be at the right time on defense, and he's a pest, man. And he's a bully. He's like kind of like a modern Rodman with a little bit more, like he has the IQ and he has the strength and power and leadership, and he has a little bit more offensive finesse as a playmaker and can take the ball up and down the floor. I just lean Draymond. He's the favorite. I'm not necessarily homering. That, I'm just going to go with Draymond. I like what he's been doing. I like the boost that Jimmy's given him. I think he deserves it. The no-brainer would be Wemby, but he got hurt. And now that the Warriors have something to fight for and play for, it's brought out all of Draymond again, and he's back on his thing. Badass, tough, not going to push me over. He's just a strong presence and that the Warriors need and have always needed, and a crucial part of the dynasty that people disrespect him. Like I said this the other day, I'm known as like a Westbrook hater or whatever, but I think I'm more of a Westbrook truther. I'm not gonna hate on the guy. I'm not gonna do that right now. But I think I'm more realistic and truthful on Westbrook. And people say I hate on him, but I think Draymond is actually, I think it's like all the way around. I think Draymond is the one who's hated on and underappreciated by more casual fans because he's not a sexy offensive player, and he's Draymond. He's easy to hate on. He's a defensive guy, and he's bullying and bitching at people, and he's not the most skilled or talented offensive player. But he's a rock, man. He's a rock. He's a defensive captain of a dynasty. Draymond's my defensive player of the year. Honorable mention: Mobley, DD, and Dort. Most improved player, I went Dyson Daniels. After the trade coming over to Atlanta, he's just been a defensive menace, leads the league in like deflections. He's just so smart defensively and knows how to move and he just knows how to play defense and knows how to kind of make you play into his hand, have you lean in a certain way, have you going a certain way, have you doing certain things to play in his way, poking the ball and always being pesky, always just being there, always having his hand in your pocket and just being a real bitch to play. Like, he knows what he's doing. Like, it's kind of like Drew, like he's like a young Drew kind of in a way, like in his prime. Like, he knows where to be too. He knows has you play his game on defense. He's always looking for a chance to, every time, he's always following you, following what you're doing, following your hip, following your eyes, following your hands, deflecting passes, getting in the way, getting steals. So that's who I went. And he just went from kind of like a regular guy to just like a serious first team all defense candidate, serious player for Atlanta, where he can be a really, really impactful defender that can help you win games and also be not a negative on offense and give you some spark here and give you some buckets. And that combined just helped me give it to him for MIP, because he went from just like kind of a guy to he is a guy. He is a very important piece for this team and arguably one of the best defenders in the league while being not a negative on offense. So he turned himself into, just some guy off the bench or just a dude to, a real dude. Like a real guy. And yeah, he just emerged into a defensive powerhouse for Atlanta who led the league in steals and deflections. So he's a menace on D for a guard. Can just give the top guards, which is important. He's a guy you feel confident, like, go guard their best guy, and he's going to give them hell. He's going to do his best he can to throw them off their game. So I picked him for my most improved player because he's not going to be my defensive player of the year. So I gave him that too. And an honorable mention would be AR-15, who's already good, but just blossomed into. And Cade, I'm not gonna mention Cade because I just think he's too good. Number one pick. I just think he's too good. I'm just not gonna mention him. So. Cade's an all NBA guy, so he doesn't need this award. So. Dyson Daniel, AR-15, Big Zoo becoming to a real guy to where before he's Big Zoo, he's a good player, but now he's like top 5 center, top 3 center. Tyler Hero, kind of the same type of thing. Like he's always been good, but just came into his own as like could be a leader for the team and just improved everywhere. Deadly shooter, better with the ball in his hands, getting to the rim, middies, playmaking, just elevated his game into what I knew he could be. I was a fan of him growing up. Bro put me on, and he just did his thing, and he's coming to his own. So Dyson Daniels, my MIP. Honorable mention, AR-15, Big Zoo, Tyler Hero, and Ty Jerome. Rookie of the year, I'm going to go Castle. I'm not going to go too deep in this. Just the fact that when he got in and got his burn, he got his burn. He got the minutes in and had a couple games where he was going for 20 and 30. And it just seemed like he was comfortable and he kind of got into it like very smoothly. And, he just played he got a lot of minutes for them. And there's games where he was consistently putting up points. Maybe not the most efficient, but he just got a lot of work in as a passer, a bigger guard, athletic, high energy, 2 ways, both ways. Any given moment could put 30 on you as a rookie. Maybe not the most efficient, but got the most burn, gave you value, gave you buckets, gave you points, gave you heart, playmaking, 2-way, energy. He's going to be a problem. Castle Rookie of the Year. Coach of the Year, I won Udoka, taking a team that was hovering around 10th on the bottom. And with a roster of a bunch of young guys, just elevating them and got them to play serious and to believe in him and themselves, and took them and led them to a number 2 seed. Like that alone is a great feat in a West that's just packed and so deep and is just like a freaking hellhole, like a freaking gladiator arena, like with a bunch of teams who are just bloodthirsty and dangerous. A gauntlet helped them and led them and coasted them and provided them and gave them the faith, and just to have them be the 2nd seed all year is just impressive. So I gave it to him. Honorable mention, Kenny Atkinson, JV Bickerstaff. Kenny Atkinson transforming Cavs into a good team, into a real legit team that could maybe take down Boston, and getting the most out of Garland and Mobley. So he's right there. You could give it to him. Being that extra piece that just helped elevate and get the most out of the guys that we knew had insane potential, making Mobley one of those guys, and getting Garland, having Donovan Mitchell be able to mesh, and having all these guys playing great, clicking together, meshing together, getting the most out of them. Ty Jerome becoming a guy who was struggling to get minutes and now is a serious, efficient, deadly floater guy off the bench who's scary. And then JB just with the additions and help of the roster, taking a team that was at the bottom and getting the most out of Cade, helping him, riding along with him as he grows into a top guard, and helping lead a team to the playoffs. That was one of the worst teams in the NBA last year. 6th man of the year, I went Peyton Pritchard, the easy pick. Honorable mention, Ty Jerome, a couple other guys, but I went Peyton Pritchard because he's just very solid off the bench, capable of being a starter somewhere, but he just comes out the bench for Boston, is nasty shooter, real good ball handle. For a smaller guard, is really good at driving and using his body and strength to get buckets and get where he wants. Peyton Pritchard, 6 man. Honorable mention, Malik Beasley, a key piece for the Pistons to where they need him to be a scorer and to make shots and provide threes. So I like Malik Beasley. He's an honorable mention, and Ty Jerome. Rookie team, I went Castle, Risache, Khalil Ware, Castle, Risache, Khalil Ware, Matas Buzelis, and Zach Edey. This wasn't the best rookie class, but it's like they're intriguing and feisty. So although it wasn't the best with top end talent, there's a lot of guys who are playing good and solid and feisty. So that would be my rookie team. Castle, Risache, Ware, Matas, Edey. Second honorable mentions are Jalen Wells, Sarr, and Klingon, and a couple other guys. Carrington, whoever I'm forgetting. But that's my all-rookie squad. And here we go with the NBA first team. First team, all-NBA. I got Shea, SGA, Alexander, Shea Gilgeous-Alexander. Boom. Jason, these are pretty much locks. Shea, Tatum, Giannis, and Jokic. Those are pretty much locks. So that team would be nasty. And then it was between Curry, Braun, Mitchell, and AE, and I went with Anthony Edwards. Just his ability to shoot at this level that we didn't know if he would or could, and him being a deadly shooter, and when he's able to all tie it in, it's going to be nasty. But he's already just offensive leader, deadly killer, can do it all. Just needs to improve his playmaking, improve all parts of his game even more as a youngin in this league. But I gave it to him with his ability to score and just lead this Wolves offense and lead a team in a playoff run. And just, I gave it to Ant. I like him and I respect him and I respect what he's doing. So I think that lineup's nasty. Could have easily went Steph, but I went with AE for his offensive ability and defense and his mindset and his drive and his ability to go off and be nuclear at any moment. So I went All NBA second team. I got Steph, Cade, Donovan Mitchell, LeBron, and Mobley. Stephen Curry, Steph Curry, Cade Cunningham, improved big time, put his foot in the door this year. Donovan Mitchell, a walking bucket. LeBron James, glorious king. I said, bro, why you keep balling? I said, bro, why you keep balling? Yeah, I want to go back to 2015 in the finals and then watch LeBron again. He gonna slaughter it. All NBA second team, Steph, Chef Curry, Cade Cunningham, Donovan Mitchell, LeBron James, and Evan Mobley, who's coming to his own and is improved and is a nasty all-NBA defender caliber player with improved offensive game. He's only getting better and better. That'd be my second team. In third team, I'm going to go Brunson, Tyrese Halley. What the hell? Was it Halliburton? Was it LeBron James? Jalen Brunson, what the Halliburton? Darius Garland, killer, one of the best ball handlers in the league. He's coming to form. He's found the love of the game back. He's reaching his potential. Nasty guard. JJJ and Cat. So I like my all-NBA teams. Shea, AE, Jason Tatum, Giannis Jokic. Second team, Steph, Cade, D. Mitch, LeBron, and Mobley. Third, Brunson, Halley, Garland, JJ, and Cat. I'm rocking with that. Now let's go to this all-defensive team. My all-defensive team, I really like it. I think I have one of the best ones. I went Amen Thompson, up-and-coming rising superstar, athletic freak, one of the best athletes in the league. Watch out. Just needs to get a shot down, and he's going to be nasty. Amen Thompson, first-team all-defense. Amen, Dyson Daniels, Evan Mobley, Draymond Green, and Lou Dort. That's nasty, boy. You got a man he's a big guard, a freaky athlete, so he's able to do his thing. You can put him on dang near or whoever. I got Didi out there locking stuff up, being a menace, being a pest, being a bitch to play, always in your pocket, playing all the lanes, getting deflections, getting steals, baiting you into doing what he wants. Just being a defensive mastermind. A man of physical, talented freak who can just cause hell and just be a bitch to play with because he's just so freaking freaky naturally and talented that he can just always be in your hip and always be around to contest you or to throw you off your lane. The torture chamber, strong, solid moves. Is going to be a bitch on your hip. Always there, always ready. Strong wall, active hands, and Dre. Defensive captain. I really like that. Could easily throw in like a Bam or a JJJ. So those would be the guys who I would put in. But I just put them on my second team, which is J-Dub, J. Williams, Triple J, Gobert, Zoo, and Bam, which is more big. We got like 4 bigs pretty much. So maybe you switch out Dort and put in Triple J. Yeah, you could do that. You could switch out Amen or Dort and put in Triple J. But I went Amen, Dyson Daniels, Evan Mobley, Draymond Green, and Lou Dort for my first team. And for my second team, I went J-Dub, Triple J, Rudy Gobert, Zuzu, Big Zoo, and Bam. And those are my awards, my contenders, and some of my picks. I'm going to wrap it up for now. Please watch and give me a listen and drop some questions, drop any reactions, anything you wanted me to ask, anything that you got a take on or a problem with.